This is what I do for the wedding stage. I got my 50/50 isopropyl alcohol solution here. This actually never needs to get shaken. Once you mix the water and alcohol together, I guess they're pretty much thoroughly mixed. They'll never separate, so that's just something that's good to know. I use insulin needles. My wife is a diabetic, type 1 diabetic. So these, last time I checked, were $4 for 10. So they do get kind of beat up if you're rough with the needle, but these are still the same, so I've been using for thousands of primers. So seem to be fine. I mean, the end on this one's broken, but it doesn't really leak, so it's like still useful. So what I do is I fill it up about 2/3 of the way, and then I put air in it. The air acts as kind of like a cushion, so you can get a really good flow going. So once I get a flow going here, you get 3 drops per. And then you can kick up the pace with that air cushion. Makes it really easy to do that. Alrighty. Alright, now we're going to set 50 pieces of paper discs. I don't think I got quite enough here, so we'll just grab a few more. And we are going to start with where we began earlier, so that way you be working from the first ones you wetted to the last. Or here it's that way, however it's done. The idea is to put it in there and use it as a packing assister, if you will. Really make sure it's packed in there. Alright, let us pack the anvils in there, press the anvils in there. So we have ourselves some anvils. And we are going to put them in there. The idea here is just to get them lined up in the cup facing the correct direction. Like so. Making sure that the point of the anvil is down. So there's actually a little space here, a little lip. And that allows two things. One, it helps lead the primer in, as you'll see in a moment. And number two, making sure the primer depth is set. Alright, now that we're ready for this step, we're going to press in all of our anvils. Right now we have the previous one in the press, and it comes out. Being careful not to disturb anything. I'm sure there's easier ways to do it. Sometimes I put it on top and slide it in. There's a hole with all these different pieces, the bottom, this, and the top piece. Sometimes I do it this way. I don't know. The idea is just to keep everything lined up. If you drop it, or you do what I did and just put a fat finger on it, just make sure they're all lined up. And it doesn't have to be too picky as long as they're pointed in the cup. All is well. This is probably the more dangerous way to do it. It's probably better to put it together on the table. But anyways, as long as everything's lined up, you'll feel it kind of slide into place. Don't slide it around, just set it on there. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And my jack handle is already on the press, so let's go down and let's press those in. This needs a considerable more pressure. There it is, you heard that? Oh yeah, they're going in. There it is. Just pull on it till it stops. You're not gonna damage anything. Here you gotta be careful when you do the sizing and forming step. Otherwise you'll put too much pressure on these little pegs and they'll start deforming. It doesn't take much to push out the 25 dimples at a time. Alright, let's take it out. It's all the way down and firm. So let's slide it out and see the damage. See how bad we did. Alright. Looks like we got ourselves a wiener. And they're in there. I mean, watch one fall out when I do this. They're in there. So now that they're in there, we got 2 plates that we need to press them all out of. So let's do that.
You can't stop me now.